Seltzer has been around for centuries, of course, but more people are drinking it today than ever before. This sparkling popularity is coming at the expense of traditional soda brands like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and others. Sales of their sugary drinks have fallen flat. Mark Albert is here with more on that. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning. Seltzer water has no caffeine, no sugar, no alcohol. Its only buzz are the bubbles that come from carbonation. And yet we're buying and drinking so much more, it's even leading to endorsements by sports stars and launching startups. Lugging 70-pound crates through New York City's 5 boroughs, Alex Gomberg calls himself the youngest seltzer man in America. The 28-year-old millennial is the 4th generation at Gomberg Seltzer Works in Brooklyn, one of only 4 old-fashioned siphon seltzer bottlers left in the country. He didn't plan to go into the family business, which was fizzling out. You've got a master's in higher ed, and you want to get into a dying business?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Seltzer's in my blood, I guess. I just grew up with it my entire life. It's a sentimental thing, you know. I don't want to see this business, die out.
Gomberg's timing could not have been better. With demand for the carbonated drink bubbling over, Gomberg launched a side business, Brooklyn Seltzer Boys, to deliver directly to homes, restaurants, and street fairs.
We have a wait list for the first time.
You have a wait list for seltzer.
We have a wait list for seltzer.
Did your dad ever think you'd be saying those words?
Well, it's a good problem to have, put it that way.
The bottles are filled on a 100-year-old machine, 6 mostly hand-blown bottles at a time, under 60 pounds per square inch of pressure.
Cheers.
Cheers.
People want retro. People want old. What's old is new. There's a whole trend to getting back to healthy beverages. Seltzer is probably the healthiest soda that you could drink. All it is water and CO2. That's it.
The sales surge is undeniable. Seltzer consumption is up 41% nationwide in the past 5 years, while soft drinks are down more than 8%. Canada Dry's sparkling seltzer is growing at 3 times the rate as its still water. And Nestle is spending $200 million to build 7 new production lines for seltzer and still water. Dr. Bruce Bryant is a sensory science researcher at the Monell Chemical Senses Center in Philadelphia. He says some of our palates are simply wired to like seltzer and its bite.
The carbon dioxide gets into the tongue tissue and acidifies it, and that acid actually activates pain fibers in our mouth. It also activates cool fibers. It causes pain, and it's refreshing.
It wasn't always a drink of choice, says Barry Joseph, who's writing a book called Seltzertopia.
People used to drink seltzer for medicinal reasons.
Seltzer water, he says, is named after the German town of Niederselters, where carbonated water bubbling up from the ground was thought to have healing properties. 4 years before America's birth, Joseph Priestley in 1772 put carbonation into water, and a brand was born. Has seltzer come a long way?
Seltzer has had a remarkable history. So nowadays we're seeing not only a resurgence in seltzer, but an interest that I think is higher than at any point in American history.
A resurgence America's youngest seltzer man hopes to ride.
It's an opportunity that we are definitely taking advantage of right now.
The country could guzzle more bottled water, including seltzer, than soda for the first time within just 2 years. In fact, the typical American now drinks the least amount of cola since 1988.
This is a remarkable turnaround and resurgence, obviously. I mean, like in the golden age of seltzer. Who would have figured that?
So it really is just water and carbonation.
Water and carbonation, and at Gomberg Seltzer Works there, they say that you get the same amount of carbonation on the first drop as you get the last drop because it keeps the pressure under that bottle, whereas when you go to the supermarket, you open the 2-liter plastic bottle and you hear that psst.
Yeah.
That's some of the carbonation escaping.
And seltzer is different than club soda, correct?
Absolutely. Club soda can have more sodium in it.
That was really interesting. Mark, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.